Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Commentary. Today, I want to talk about a concept that you've probably never heard of, but it's important in understanding the way I think. It's called a crossover experience. And a crossover experience uh, is a cultural phenomenon where one is absorbed by a cultural community that is not their own. This creates insight and understanding that you can't have unless you have this crossover kind of experience. Um, Long ago, a media company hired me to do a research project in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They were thinking of buying a TV station there, and they wanted me to go and study the lay of the land and provide them with a report, which I did. Uh, one of the leaders in that community that I spoke with, and I've long forgotten his name, was considered largely in the community as the topmost Indian chief. American Indians, which I suppose I should call Native Americans, um, dominated the Southwest in ways that didn't occur elsewhere. And so there's a remnant, and they are organized, and they are a very powerful political group in Albuquerque. So I'm having a discussion with this guy, and I'm talking about my years in media. And one of the times in the 1970s when I genuinely wanted to be black. Now, I think you're going to think that's ridiculous, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. Um, but for me, it was a remarkable statement because, and then I looked into it and thought about it, and examined it, and so let me tell you about the crossover experience that this man was talking about. In the 1970s, I was the assignment manager for WTMJ TV in Milwaukee. My best friend in the newsroom was a black man named Bill Taylor. Bill was from Chicago, and he was a two-time All-City basketball player. So let me tell you, he was a fine basketball player. And I really, really enjoyed playing with him. So we created a recreation league team and brought in a couple of ringers that Bill knew from the black community. One of them was a high school basketball coach in the inner city. And he and I became really great friends. I wore the Superfly clothes. I listened to Lonnie Liston Smith. I was just fascinated by what I found. And so, I don't say I wanted to be black necessarily, but I found great comfort for myself within the black community because, I don't know, I somehow related to all of it. And one day I was playing in a basketball game arranged by this high school, a benefit game for, I can't remember the charity, but um, I really enjoyed playing in that game, and the gymnasium was just filled with students and other fans of this coach. So one time in the game, I hit a jump shot from the corner, and the place just absolutely exploded. And so I ran up to this guy who was the coach, and I said, "What the hell is this all about?" And he said, "Take a look around. You're the only white guy in the gym." And that hadn't really occurred to me at the time. So that's how absorbed I was into the black community. And let me tell you, I learned things that I would have never learned otherwise about African Americans and the culture. And anybody can have a crossover experience. It takes desire and curiosity. I think curiosity is the hallmark of creative people. So it's natural for me to want to explore something about which I'm very curious. So that has always led me in my discussions with others about race, and race specifically in the United States. And let me just show you a little bit of something about Black music, African American music. Like I said, I listened to Lonnie Liston Smith. Not very many white people did, but his music was fantastic, and it represented the Black community. Because remember what I said, that it is the artists of the community that are the prophets. And we would do ourselves a favor by listening to them. But instead of listening to modern music by African Americans, we reject it and call it violent and thugs and all that kind of nonsense. In 1999, Harvard published a paper, and I realize this is a few years old, but the title was The Social Significance of Rap and Hip Hop Culture. Let me read to you only the first paragraph, okay? Harvard, 1999, rap music. In recent years, controversy surrounding rap music has been in the forefront of the American media. From the hype of the East Coast-West Coast rivalry that shadowed the murders of rappers Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G., to the demonization of modern music in the wake of school shootings in Littleton, Colorado, it seems that political and media groups have been quick to place blame on rap for a seeming trend in youth violence. However, though critics are quick to point out the violent lyrics of some rappers, they are missing the point of rap's message. Man, rap, like other forms of music, cannot be understood unless it is studied without the frame of its historical and social context. You have to be in it. Today's rap music reflects its origin in the hip-hop culture of young, urban, working-class African Americans. Listen to that. Its roots in the African oral tradition, its function as the voice of otherwise unrepresented people, and as its popularity has grown, its commercialization and appropriation by the music industry. We have been quick to place the blame on rap for a seeming trend in youth violence. Isn't that the truth? But it's not. Remember, the prophets of today all come from the artistic community because they are the ones that touch the unbroken web. And if you don't know what that means, you need to watch my episode about that. But, because touching the unbroken web has nothing to do with a person's race. It's all in their spirituality, their connectivity, and especially their observations and their curiosity. So rap music, it plays a vital role, and if we listen to the lyrics or read the lyrics of certain rappers, you're going to hear their plea and their cry for justice and mercy. My goodness, why would we dismiss that as white Americans? Why would we just gloss over that? So let me say once again that anybody can have a crossover experience. The question is, are you willing to deny yourself long enough to embrace all that subculture represents? Then you will have your own crossover experience. And I want to remind you, because I have to, that I, of course, could be wrong about all this because I'm just a commentary.